Yep, as usual, I think the stream is live now, so give me just a second to tweet the link and we can get going. Yes, I can see on YouTube that it is live now. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Yeah, welcome to the next stream, next video if you're watching it from in the archives. And I think today, we will continue on this, not the SAM, the STM. There we go. On the STM32MP1 board. On the last stream, I started. Interesting. Hi, Bleep Track. You're obviously on the chat, but it's showing me 0 people watching. How does that work? On the TV. Interesting. Wow. That's pretty cool. Can you, I don't know, tweet a photo of that at me? Because I've never been on a TV. Yeah, but thanks for joining. I'm just trying to kind of mention what I did last time, which I'm not sure I need to do, because if people are watching video after video, then maybe it's kind of pointless, but yeah, let's see. So last time I started work on the schematic with some of the PMIC stuff here, and since I was copying somewhat the discovery board, then we're missing the OTG thing here. But I also saw, I checked the evaluation board for this chip from STM, and that one uses OTG. So I think we can copy some of the stuff from there here for our use. And then I also did most of the RAM schematic, except some of the or pretty much all of the decoupling is missing. I have a note here. And that's kind of where we are right now. I also noticed, actually, after the stream, that the PMIC here from STM does not support running off of battery. There's no charging, there's no fuel gauge, there's nothing. The STM itself it has a VBAT pin, which allows it to keep, I think, the RTC running. I don't quite remember. Actually, another thing I did is I printed one of the application notes, because I like my documents on paper a bit. So I actually have, I have it right here, which I know is not so exciting for the stream, but it allows me to also check some things, like have them in front of me without obscuring the screen. So the STM itself has a VBAT pin, which keeps, I would think, the RTC running, and some of the RAM. Now I can find it, obviously, because there's 78 pages of it. But yeah, we are missing the battery charging and fuel gauge and all that. So what I actually did a few days ago, on Thursday, is I created this small board. Let me just open it. There it is. This small board to test these 2 chips that if this works, I can then use it on the STM board, because I want to kind of be sure that this works before video output low. YouTube is telling me YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but let's see why. All right, you can see this. Let me just move it away. There we go. There's something else happening on my network, not that I know of. let's see how it goes. Oh, there it is. I found the battery backup. Exactly, it keeps some of the RAM. Also powers the RTC unit, allowing the RTC to operate. Yeah, exactly. But the reason why I made this board is because I want to test these chips before I put them on the board, because if they don't work, it's gonna be a bit of an expensive mistake, both in the terms of time and in the terms of money. Because if the power doesn't work, then that's really bad, and I would need to respin the boards, which takes a few more weeks and obviously money. So yeah, I will order this board this weekend, like tomorrow or today, and we'll see if it works. So I think I can quickly talk about this board, because maybe someone finds it interesting, and yeah, I will share it later when I actually verify this. So what this is it's a battery charger and a fuel gauge, which provides the power, the battery level, the what was it, percentage, charge state obviously, and I think also power consumption up to a point over I square C. So could be, it's really tiny if you look at it, tiny. So yeah, so you have USB Type C for charging. It doesn't do like power delivery proper negotiations. So we assume we can get 500 milliamps max from it. And then what it does, you connect the battery here, and then you get a VDD, which is gonna be, depending on if it's powered from the USB or from the battery, the voltage will be different, but it doesn't matter for us because we will send that to the PMIC, which will create all the voltages anyway. Then you also have to provide 3.3 for the pull-ups, because there is no 3.3 on this board, but you want the pull-ups for the I2C. And then there's a few more 8 pins that I brought out just in case. This one is the power good, which tells if I believe if the battery works and it's charging and so on. Then the status 1 and 2. Then they provide also additional info on the state, if it's charging, if it's running off of USB or the battery, or if the battery is charging correctly, if it's full, if the battery is actually low, and all that. So these are the two chips. Solder party. Yeah, I own the domain solder.party. I set up a blog there, but you know how it is with blogging. I don't know, I find it a bit hard to kind of write down things in like a long format. It's easier for me somehow to write a Twitter thread where it's a lot more looser format than writing a whole blog with like proper paragraphs and all that. Yeah, this 3D model here is just for reference. It's not the exact one, so that's why this is totally misaligned. So yes, that's why I created this board, and I'm hoping that if it works, I can just take this out and put it in the other schematic. So it's still in a way a part of this STM project, just a bit on the side. I mean, I think it's a good idea to test these kind of small things separately. Also because I can do this on a two-layer board. I don't need to create 4-layer, pay extra for that, and then it doesn't work. So this should be quick and nice and easy to verify, and then just copy it to the other board. So we are here. Yeah, I have some notes for myself, and I'm not sure what should we work on today. I mean, there's quite a lot to work on. We could do some boring things like, let's see, for the SD card and the SDIO, there is this nice chip that STM. Oh yeah, I have the data sheets for the two chips for the charger and the fuel gauge open. I thought maybe I could show them, but I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can Google the names if you want to learn more. But yeah, it has the internal sense resistor, so kind of nice. Because there's also a version of this chip where the resistor has to be separate. It was nice to have it built in, and then the charging is super simple. Not much to it. Yes, so I have the evaluation board here, and we could actually do that. We could do the power for the USB. So that's a bit. Oh, I have it twice. 1262, 63. Right, because this. One of them was the, I believe, the C version of the chip, and the other one was the A version. Possibly, I don't quite remember now the differences there. It doesn't. Yeah, no, that's the development, discovery board. So skip that. Oh my gosh, I opened so much. Yes, this is the one. This is the really nice document that has references for many designs. So for the SD card, ST has this nice level translator. No, sorry, that's not the one. It was this one, yeah, the EMI protection that has built in. I think I talked about this at the last stream, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But it has all the pull-ups needed for SD, SDIO, and EMI protection. So if I started working on the SD card today, then I would have to create a symbol for this, and I created so many symbols on the streams. I'm sure that people are already sick of that. So let's not do that. We have the USB, which I could actually do now. Yeah. But we could look actually at the USB. So if I create a new one, these, doesn't matter. I mean, there's so much to do that sometimes it's hard to choose what to actually do. Cut it out, paste it in. Yes. So as I start doing this, what was it? I'm thinking, what high-cut crash counter are we on? Was it 3? Was it 4? I know we had at least 1 on last stream, so I think it's 3. So yeah, as a reminder, I'm trying to keep count again to see how many crashes does it take for to make a board. And then we have some USB stuff here also, which is really nice because yeah, the reference is really useful. So right, how was I going to do this? because I think I wanted to do. Damn, I should have looked at this before, because I wanted to do the USB Type-C actually as the OTG, because later I will only have the OTG board, the OTG port in my board. And forgot. I think I'm gonna fall back again to my previous board. How did I do there? Right, so I had the micro for just the power. Well, it was also a host. And then types, or yeah, they were both host, but I used the micro for power and then the Type-C for the actual host stuff. So I could do similar, or I could go USB Type-C for both, because why not, and do one as a host and one as a OTG. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find the application note now. Kind of silly that they just say just check st.com, because there's only a few application notes, right? So you'll have no problem finding that one. Yeah. Protection filtering. That's really nice, but that's not quite exactly what I wanted. Maybe if we checked this board, what does it do? What does it have? Okay then. Let's look here. Oh, is that one? I guess so, but that's still USB-A. USB host and OTG on sheet 8. This is 11. This is 8. This. Oh, that's a USB hub, I would assume, because it has 4, and this chip only has 2. Yeah, USB hub. So that's not super useful. And then this is a USB micro, so that's also not useful. Indeed. And this one has Type-C and again probably a hub, because that's more. So for this one I have actually the schematic here. And then USB host hub and Type-C. Interesting. So it uses a separate. Right, because we might actually need this chip for. That's not right. That's also not right. ST USB 1600. Exactly, we might need the controller for the power delivery, and yeah, mostly the power delivery stuff. Yep. Interesting. It just gets 5 volts. What an interesting chip. 2.7. This board actually delivered 2.7 there. That's just for decoupling, all right. Okay, so I might actually have to go also for this one. That might be quite nice, actually. But then I wonder, how do you detect the OTG stuff? It goes I2C. I can put it on the same bus as the PMake. That's not a problem. AB side. I might actually have to look more into this before we get. I don't think this is that good. Like I don't think I will be reading his datasheet on the stream, because that's just doesn't make for an interesting stream. So I will read it earlier, and then we can get to the actual designing part. Right, so power management. Yep. Yeah, I get the power delivery, but I wonder how does it work with like the OTG changing between device and host. Yeah, I think we're back live now. I'm not sure how long I was offline. I guess just a second, because OBS told me. Okay, now the stream live seems green, so it's good. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah. So right now, actually, all I know for this is just that I need these two, but I will need to read up more on this. So I guess we can't do USB today so much. Okay. I mean, there is some stuff we can do here. So we can do a bit here and there for now, at least. I mean, there's so much to do that it's kind of sometimes hard to know where to start. Need to find some GPIOs for those. But I believe UART7 was for the Bluetooth stuff. So where's Bluetooth? UART7 is here. And now I need to remember, should it be TX to TX or TX to RX? Let me think. Is the stream alright? Again, because... Right, okay, my YouTube is a bit lagging somehow, the stream. Live stream here. Okay, now we are good. How can I check this actually? TB3. Or is this the wrong datasheet? Yeah, because they don't have UART here. But I believe I might have it open or not. So one. Because it would suck a bit to mix up TX and RX. Because on STM you can't easily flip them around. Actually, maybe Cube is even better for this. There's because there should be the GPIO stuff here. But it doesn't say input output. That's too bad. Let's put it like this, and I can always fix it on the board, just flip the signals later. Hopefully that will be alright. And these ones, like I said, I need the other symbol, so that will take a second. For the DSI, what do we have here in this PDF? It also recommends even if it's not interesting, this chip right here, that's, I believe that's just EMI protection. Yep. So in theory we could skip it, but it's nice to have these, what is it called? Yeah, the common mode. Even though we would need to one thing. And then another thing is I'm thinking, how should I have the DSI? Should I put it just as a pin header, or should I actually do a proper connector for some specific display? Because I don't think DSI has a standard way, connection of connecting displays. I could do it for the BlackBerry Q5 displays, which I'm getting in some weeks. I could just test on those, because those are the ones that I would like to use later. So, and I think there is a pinout on them, like online for them. So that could be an option. Yeah, we have the JTAG, which I should actually connect that one already. So that's a thing to do. We have one UART. There's this one, the USBs are here, but we already did that. Again, I'm kind of checking my previous schematic, how I did stuff for reference, because I'm thinking if I should move this to a separate sheet. I seem to find a good way to organize. So that one is not mentioned, but it should be mentioned here. And let's see. Oh, hello. That's not gonna be so useful for finding it. All right, that was opened. My bad. What? What's the name of that? Or was it RST? Oops. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Connect reset to reset core when there is no VDD core pipe. How do we do it here? Right, that one is not connected. So let's do the same. Being awfully quiet today. Let's see. I have Monday. It is Friday. It's Saturday today. I have Monday off, so my plan is to stream maybe a bit more on Monday in slightly more daytime hours at UF or NF. So if someone wants to watch, that's where it will be happening. Otherwise, not so much is happening. Again, these are not so exciting here. analogs, I don't think I will actually be using those. Oops. Things like those are the ADC inputs. What are they used for here? ARD. Right, that's the Arduino header. So no, we will not have analog stuff. Then we, by default, that's the wrong document. By default, we boot from the SD card, which we want to keep that. But I think I still want to have the option for the boot pins. I will put solder bridges there, and there was a nice graphic in this document explaining the boot stuff, because KiCad has nice symbols for solder bridges these days, so we can use those. There we are. SD card, boot 0 and boot 2 go up, which I believe works. Exactly, STM32MP1 SD card, which is what I want to use. And this cursor always worries me, so remember to save. Yep, so this is the configuration we want. So like I said, KiCad has nice bridge symbols, jumper bridges, not these, except they're huge, as you can see here. Like, they would take so much space if I wanted to actually use these. It would be useful to make smaller ones, but I wonder if it's possible if I made them go to the right here, then I could make them smaller. Because otherwise, look, if I put something here and here, how much space will these 3 pins take? Like, so much space. I think I will actually go for, there we go. And the grid is 50, perfect. Yes, perfect, that's actually really good. See, so that helps a lot with making the symbol smaller, while I think this is still pretty clear. So let me add a new library. And verify it. Perfect. And then we can save it as a copy with the same name, because why not? Okay, and that one we revert. Now I think I still need to edit this, but it will be a lot smaller. Perfect. This one I like a lot. Solder jumper boot 0. And we can have one here and here. So this symbol will grow also quite a lot, but that's not such a big problem. If not, I will actually move this whole thing into a new sheet. Named, no idea what. I mean, let's call this system, because it has the reset and the crystals, the boot, and the debug. So that should be fine. There we go. Move this beautiful table here. And 1, 2, 3. There. I think I will actually move some stuff around here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And these 2, and 2, and 2, and 2. Maybe like that. We can check in a second to verify. Or even better, we can move these. Oh no, because these will also have to go apart when I add the symbols there. So we are good there. And then lastly, there we go. Now everything is ruined, so that's perfect. Yes, I can add the crystals also, so that's good. Wait, what happened? Right. And there we are. And my select is broken again. Seems to happen whenever I edit the symbol. But as long as it fixes itself, it's quite alright. Nope. This guy here. Oh yeah, actually I also have to make sure that these are connected correctly. But that's no problem. So this is pretty alright. Okay, then we can actually hide the names because we don't need to know. I mean, we can see what it's connected to, we don't need the name. And then all right, so it was, I believe, 0 and 2 that go high, and then the other one can go, well, it's not connected, but I assume if I do it low, that should be fine. Because, yeah, that's how it is here. So, this one should go high, so if I flip it, yes, that should go low, and this one should go high. Yep, that should do it. that maybe it should be a separate symbol. How does Kaika do it? Because if I just flip it, then the middle one will have like ground on the top and then VDD on the bottom, and that's a bit annoying. No, there's no separate. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why does it have such problems here. No, that's actually, yeah, this is all good. I confused myself, as is tradition. There we go. So boot is up, boot 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, SDMMC1 is the perfect. Triple check, 1, 1, 0, 1. What does this say? Serial USB, right. Interesting, so we have a button, but that's no problem. I can actually just they did actually. You can have a button for each config and it will always tell you to serial. Right, because if this one I pressed a button here, it would do 0, 0. That would take you to the USB bootloader. Interesting. But we don't need it. I can always re-solder these, so that should be fine. The reset, I don't think I need that. I can always just press the reset button, which is alright. Yes, I remember this note. Okay, so this is all good. I need to transform these now. And then make them proper. Block is in, out is out. Perfect. So okay, let's go here. Where was it? System. Let's take those out or import them. Whoa, that's long. Yeah, I don't think I can do similar to this when they are next to each other, because that would make the symbols super large. Oh, but actually, yeah, I should rename them, because the bug there is not needed at all. There we go. That makes it shorter. And again, I like to see how I did it here, because I want to keep it consistent. JTAG TDO, TDI. Yeah, that. All right. There we go. I don't think I will use a single wire out, but fine, just for consistency's sake. So we can actually have a header for these guys now. Let me just, how did I do it? Yeah. It just looks better. Perfect. And then I want to copy again order here because it's a similar order that's on the Bus Blaster, Bus Pirate, one of those. So it's like a semi, standard. So I want to keep that one. I don't think this will work because I got it. Yep, never mind. Yeah, as I said before, I will probably rename the VDD later to actually say the voltage because I prefer the voltages instead of the names for them. Okay, so PDO, PDI, PCK, EMS, and reset for good measure. That should actually work. Cool. So there's that. Next to this one, that. We'll probably move it around a bit more later. As for the clock, they sure are somewhere. Yep. Perfect. Oh, nice. I already have 24 megahertz. Nice. I can reuse the same one. Very good. So yeah, I don't know what is your experience with iCAD, like drawing schematics, but I find it's just a lot of copying. I don't know, is that bad? I mean, you copy either from application notes or the data sheets or from reference boards or just your own boards, and that's most of the process, kind of. I mean, for the power board that I showed before for the battery management stuff, I didn't actually copy so much because I had to figure it out from the data sheets, and there's not so many like boards for that, although there's a reference board, but not for each chip, not for both of them. But it ends up being, in many cases, copying. Just to keep it consistent, I'll use, we'll put this one first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So then we can move this one actually here and make this whole thing smaller. It is. And there we go. And again, I can't do stuff. Silly how that breaks. What is this symbol called? And there you are. Right. No problem. Oh, that's a big one. There is a crystal small, I believe. And there you go. Oh yeah, that's a silly thing with this symbol. I remember that it actually uses like the smaller than regular grid. I'm not sure why they went for that. One, two, three. I think it was like in the ICAD thematic, whatever the rule set is called, that it should use the regular grid, the 0.5 inch, was it? Yeah, the half-inch one. But no, that one uses quarter-inch grid. What the heck am I doing? Yeah, there we go. And then these caps. Should have changed the name before I copied them. That's just busy work. So the values of those caps, which now the name for them escapes me. They have this proper, they have a name. Like, you know, this is decoupling, but that's not bypass. There's something else. That's always been a source of confusion for me. Like, how do you choose this? But you actually do it based on, like, to my knowledge, based on the crystal you use. It has a capacitance value in the datasheet. And there is this formula online where you can calculate the value of these caps. So for these that I will reuse from the previous board, I already know that 12 pico works. So I can reuse the 12 pico, no problem. But yeah, if you, like, I had to calculate, I actually looked for crystals that I knew I could use, like, so I could use the same 12 pico on both. So when I did this board, I spent a bit of time looking for that, so I don't have to do that this time. That was close, almost clicked that one. There we go. What did they do? Did they not save or something? Okay. There we go. We're good. If someone can figure out why I can't select after I edited and knows how to fix it without reopening the window, let me know. Oops, that's the wrong screen. I'll be happy to learn why this happens. One unit, grid unit to the side is very important. All right, that's all good. That's even better. So, yep, 32 is right. Let me just verify that the 32 is actually the 32 kilohertz. It doesn't hurt to check. It might hurt later. Where do I? Right in the clock config, I should be able to see this. Or not. So low. Yep. just to be sure I don't flip them, because nothing would work then. And that would be hard to fix. I mean, the footprints are not compatible and blah, blah, blah. But while we are here, I can actually already assign the footprints because, yeah, I know what they are and I don't have to later check them. So that's convenient. Okay, we crossed the 1 hour mark now. We'll probably clock it at 2 hours also. Like, that seems to be a good length. Also for me, like I'm talking quite a lot, so it's a bit tiring on my throat. Okay, so that concludes this. There we go. Table can go like here. Cool. So that's this. USB. Right, the power. So much power stuff here. For the, like I mentioned, for the battery stuff, I won't copy until I know it works. Kind of point right now. RAM is self-contained, there's nothing there. We could actually add the user button and the LEDs like I have here, except I'm not sure exactly where they will be connected, because the audio stuff, because what? Yeah, right, because I want to see on the board where I will put them, where there will be space for that, and that will kind of define which GPIOs I want to use, because I want to obviously route it like the shortest, the easiest way. But we can add anyway. Pretty much all of this will be, well, these here will be copied. The audio is different. I also have to decide that. Probably should decide more stuff off stream so I don't get confused so much on stream. So yeah, I'll do that for next stream. I'll figure out more stuff, take some notes, and we will be better off, both of us, you and I. Anywho, I mean, you can see I'm jumping around a lot. Like, I'm curious how this DSI ground, is it actually any different? They didn't show here. So let's go for the reference. Nope, regular ground. Boring old ground. There it is. And then analog ground. There. So actually, let's figure out all these grounds here, because while we're here, also all the other powers here, so we can just go for that. Excuse me. I'm kind of jumping around. Stream confusion known by every streamer lecture. Okay. I haven't watched so many lecture streams, so that's good to hear. I'm not the only one. But these streams are very mixed actually, because like this isn't, I'm not trying to teach KiCad like directly. This isn't, today we're gonna learn this and I just do it and we're done. And it's it's not very well planned by me what we're gonna do on each stream. This is pretty much just working on this board and having people to hang out with, talk. And again, if that helps someone to find a new feature in KiCad or see how I do it, I'm not saying that's the my way is the right way to do things. It's just a way, and maybe actually someone has some notes for me, like you could be doing this so much better. So I'm open to suggestions, but yeah, if someone finds it useful in some way, then it's cool. So that's the logic behind these streams. And the logic is there is no logic. So that's the conclusion. I'm jumping all around. Like these two I see here, they are VDD USB, which I believe we actually have a symbol for that. And I pressed A instead of P. Oh my gosh. So we can do this. C small. And then I press P instead of A because life. One thing I think I could do better is, I mean, you see that when I put the decoupling resistors, I put them in a very specific way here. I should kind of keep one resistor for reference. That's why actually I zoomed out on this sheet to see if I already put a resistor this way, so I can just copy it, because it takes more than 0 seconds to set it up this way. So if I could copy, that would be nice. But as I add more stuff to each sheet, I actually get more capacitors, so I actually can find some that I already did like this. Don't get why this isn't aligned perfectly. It bothers me. Okay, we USB VREF. It's actually not here. But if I search for it, then I probably want colors one, so that's good. See, my ADD is kind of kicking in, that like, oh, let's check this, and then I'm somewhere else and I forget about doing all the other things. I mean, I know I have to do all of them. Like I have to do everything for the board to be done, but right now when there's so much to do, I keep jumping between things. Let's do a bit of this and a bit of this. And that's maybe not the best. Screw it. So that's the RF, and I'm curious, I guess that's the reference for, no, but it's pulled to ground. I thought that was a reference for the USB data stuff as, oh no, it's actually there. It's a reference for the USB data pins as compared to the 5 volt, but this is connected to ground, so that's not that. 3K 1%, so that seems important and consistent. There we go. 3 should be connected, and I was already on this page today, so I should have read this. Right, between that and this, but everything is connected to the ground, so that does not matter. Okay, let's then do this. And let's go back. Then let's go back to the schematic and keep going on the other voltages. Anyway, Bleep Track, thanks for like actually paying attention, it seems, because you seem to react to what I'm saying. So I just find it, surprising that someone is paying attention to my ramblings. So thanks for that. I mean, I guess you could have like it muted, just watching and me moving things in KiCad, but yeah, that works. Cool. That concludes this. Right, I might need this pin also later. And VBus, go directly to VBus. I will come back. Oh, shade, yo. VBus. No, that's the wrong document. I mean, not really. Yeah, this table is really nice actually here. This is the amount of decoupling recommended. So this actually lists how many capacitors of which value you should have on your board, which is really cool because sometimes that information is hidden in some like partial schematic somewhere. So that's really nice that they actually explicitly say this many, do it. I appreciate it. We'll get to that one later. So what do we have here? VDD or VDD? Right, this will become larger. And VDDA, actually VDD, right? For some extra filtering. Yeah, there's an inductor there. Although I'm wondering, do I actually need it because I don't have any, like I won't do any ADC on this. But maybe it's still nice to have. The VDD ground, which is connected to, or not VDD, VSA ground. And again, there's a VS like ground, analog ground, and ANA ground, which I'm still a bit confused. What's the difference between them? On that note, so interesting. Where's that? Like these? Fairly sure. Yeah, exactly. They are there. F13 D19 D19. What is other? It's there. And I wonder which package is this actually using. Hmm. What was it? D19. That's the package I'm using, but apparently they are not. So to find. Thanks, Anu. Hmm. Watching me get confused on stream. PE4. Let's search for PE4 here. Does that D19? Okay, so they're using actually this package, and that package doesn't have the VSS PLL, and it all becomes clear. Hooray! So there it is. Soul ground. Soul ground. No problem. And then VDD-PLL also is ground analog. This is actually a bit more useful. Yeah, I'm sure mixing these two schematics, like as reference, won't bite me in the ass later for sure. Hmm. A second. Just had to write a quick text. Sorry about that. So VDD ANA and VDD, these three all go to VDD. So I will move them up in a second. Then VDDA, that's exactly the same way that that other board did it. So that's cool. Then VREF plus, which is not, oh, it's there, right? What about VREF minus? There it is. It's just connected to ground. And it all comes together. I wonder if this should be in the power, but this one's already pretty packed. Maybe this one should actually be called PMIC and the other should be called power. We can do that later. Whoops, left a tiny bit behind. Right. So we'll screw up. And the problem is like now that I start moving everything, it's gonna be really confusing with these connections that I already did. So this is all ground. It goes on the bottom. Then we have the VBAT, which goes there right now. We move these. These three are connected to VDD. So they are together. VDD A, then VDD core, which needs how many spaces? Two. There. VDDA. Sure, let's see, that might. And then VREF should be close to VDDA because they are related. that's the wrong command. Yep, they should be under directly. Cool. So this just directly under. Perfect. This I will look at in a second. All right. Save it. Now I can still select. Here we go. Doesn't really matter, but all right. This looks quite all right. Let's just verify it. I don't know. There's quite a big pauses, like as I'm reading and analyzing stuff. I was considering if I should have some music, like a background music. But when I put a poll on Twitter, most people voted no. And I can see why, kinda, because you can have your own music then. Like if I'm playing music, you can't have second music, but you can play music of your own and have me talking also. Or so I can see why. And also with YouTube's algorithm, like not algorithm, like they have AI that can detect music on live streams, and if it's copyrighted, they might shut down the stream. So I would need free music, like royalty free. So that may be more work than it's worth it. I could play music just for myself also, but then that might be distracting for me. Hard to talk and listen to music if it has lyrics. So what do we have here? VREF. So VDDA and VREF actually are connected directly. There's a 0 ohm resistor that I can just bypass. So we do this. And then how small is inductor symbol? And that's right, because it's pretty damn small. So what we can do, one, two, three, four. There we go. And what? All right, that doesn't work on. No, Pride needs PDF. Interesting. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Right. So this one has a dedicated voltage for the analog stuff. Then you don't need the inductor to kind of filter it. Or you go from VDD and then you have the inductor. So this doesn't really make sense. So where does this come from? Okay, that's comes from nowhere. I mean, that's supposed to be the analog, the voltage input, not output, so it has to come from somewhere. And right, it comes from the PMEC, and I believe since I copied a bit, yeah, okay. And actually, we will do 1, 2, 3. And we'll just use the dedicated VDD, the VDDA, no problemo. Cool. There we go. This, though, probably is a voltage output, if I recall. That's for the bypass, but these... Too many references. I should stick to one, otherwise it will be really confusing and kind of messed up. But discrete supplies, wasn't there one with PMEC also? There it is, that makes more sense to use. So for VDDA, which I saw somewhere there, exactly, there's a dedicated VDDA. Okay, I will actually go for this, because that's at least consistent. VDDA should have one. Do we have cap somewhere here to copy? Nope. Junction here, no. Oh, look at this, that's crappy as heck. There we go. Crappy as heck. But as you can see, actual power on these kind of chips, it's a source of a lot of confusion because there's so many voltages. Like on a microcontroller, you have what? Maybe 2, because maybe 5 volt and 3.3. Like so much easier. But here there's so many. I guess with FPGAs you also have more, because you have the like 1.2, 1.8, or but here it's quite confusing. Yep. Okay, so we have this. Wow, this is so useful. Why did I not? Okay, no stress, no stress. Let's actually just go here and then we can go here. This is really good. Whew. So we have VDDA, correct. VREF, just short it. Only if internal is disabled. Let's assume it's disabled. Right, and VREF minus, which is just ground. Oh, we won't have analog ground. I don't think we need it. Then the DSI stuff. Sure, let's jump to that one. There it is. So the reg and the phi, again, the loading cursor, it stresses me out, are just connected. Woohoo, done. And then there's the ground, and then where's that one? Okay, it's there. So that one is just connected to the VDD. Is this in order as in the PMIC? Nope. There's one. Wait, LDO one. That's the that one. Whoa, this is right. There's that one. VDD core, then VDD DDR, and VDD from 3, which is here, correct? Okay, so that checks out. And 4 is the 3 volt, perfect. And this is here. We'll figure that one later. If anybody's provided that, like I'm doing good. VREF DDR. That one, even though they call it VREF. And then LDO3. It's here, it's VTT. So good so far. And then 1.8. That's where it gets a bit funky. Yeah. The thing is that I would actually like it to be the same as on the discovery board or one of those evaluation boards, because then I can copy like the PMIC configuration, which I assume both the bootloader, the U-boot, and the kernel do. So I don't want to edit too much there. It's nice, like if I could use the bootloader without any any modification. That would be really nice. So I'm gonna try to keep the voltages synced to the boards as opposed to what I have here. And it doesn't really matter from which I get it as long as I have a VDDA. So it should be good. So let's go back here. So this goes to VDD. Perfect. N times 1 UF. Cool. And then, right, I'll get distracted by this. I stay on this side. That's confusing. VDD Why is it by USB? I mean, what? But yeah, this one goes there. Cool. Would be nice to have a symbol for that. We don't. So screw that. But we can add the decoupling. There's so many things to do that I get kind of what to do first. Panic. Okay, so these two are decoupled with 2.2 to ground, as you do. And I finally have some caps here to copy from. So hooray for that. 2.2 perfect. Even more perfect. Then this one will need a decoupling as well. I'm guessing the 1UF. Actually, because I know the number of decoupling caps is in this document, but I don't want to scroll in it, so I'm gonna check in the physical copy. Just because it's gonna, sorry for the paper sound. Just because it's gonna be page 16. Confusing to jump around in this PDF. Okay, I have it here. So VDD, where is it? So VDD and VDD DSI, what a tongue twister. It's supposed to be 1UF, which matches what this says. So we do this, perfect. And this one, so this one actually has two decaps. One on that side, one on that side. It would really be nice to have a symbol for that. I'm curious, what do they do here? It's the VDDA 1.8 volt. You know what? Screw it, let's make a symbol. So there we go. That's what they call them these days. Yep. And of course, Control S doesn't work because why would that save the whole library unless there's a separate shortcut for that? No. Nope. All right. So now we have a nice yep, now we have a nice power symbol for that. And there we go. You know what that means? That means we need to edit the symbol to have space for that. So 2 and 2 and 2. Is that enough? More than enough. Oh, it's really raining outside. I don't think my microphone can pick that up, but it's a bit distracting. Ah, really. Good. So that one has one UF as well. And yeah, like I mentioned, it gets faster as you go. Cool. So that one should also go here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Except we actually go here now, so that's cool. And 1v1 is just a decoupling. Cool. So where's the bypass here? Okay, it's there, yep. Two. Why is this one so much further? And also is Mitzarein like Kaikat, come on, get good at these alignments. Actually, I have 4 viewers like for a long time now, so that's impressive. Not much activity on the chat. What is everybody doing? Let me know. We can engage in some conversation. Cool. And remove this one. And then these two are just, what was it? They're just decoupled and shorted. So we can do it like this. Work on your blog, but you just said you're not into writing blogs, not large blog post person. Your story is not holding up. So I put the one UF here, and then 2.2 there. Oops, that's not duplicate, that's delete. Perfect, and then the bypass, which is here, but since I'm already here, that's it. That takes care of that. And then we can move on to the USB, so that's cool. Or yeah, why is this called USB? This is like nothing like this. Okay, are USB, but not that one. Ah, yeah, no, because the ground is here. Don't get distracted after. And as I say that, I'll get distracted by the chat. So yeah, portfolio is good to have for sure. Cool. So these two I think I already did, but I didn't add the decoupling, so we can do that, or maybe I did. Let's check. I did. So those two are good, and the vref perfect. And the ZQ I added already. Perfect. DDR vref is somewhere. Yeah, there's the ZQ. right? Because that's on both sides. vref, perfect. And then, right, this is on the, wow, this graphic is so good. So let's see, the vref CA, it should have two actually, decoupling. And the symbol is already so huge, how can I? Have I just tried changing this to be portrait? Yeah, but it won't fit, will it? But maybe it's one way to, and of course these, come on, KiCad, you can do so much better. There. It's been here all along. There. I think this is still fairly readable. Because this way I can actually add the decoupling like here. That should do it. And they are actually, yep, all shorted. The CA and the DQ in each should have a 0.1. Very good, very good. So let's do that actually. So this will screw up this whole symbol, that's fun. There it is. So what we do now is just, we do this. And there we go. Now we have 4 as per specification. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.1. Yes, perfect. Keep it. Okay, so maybe while we're here, we can finish this decoupling. Oh no, let's move it when it's done. Yep, just one off. I get distracted by these tiny details, and they are so not important, but they just hit me the wrong, like, come on. So 4 times 1 UF and 8 times 100 nano, and that's on these here. So that is 12 freaking caps. Yeah, you know what? I actually, because my first idea was to extend this up and move these up, and then have all the caps here. But I could actually do this long line and have the caps going up. Then I don't have to modify the symbol. Yeah, let's see how that looks and decide. I said 12, correct? Yeah. So that makes it 8 that looks interesting. I think I don't mind this. And then 4 of them should be 1 micro. And we are still at KiCad crash count 3. And why would I taunt KiCad like that? It's gonna crash any minute now. But I'm saving every second, so hopefully won't lose much when it happens. Cool. So this actually takes care of these decouplings, but it doesn't take care of these over here. And for these, there we go, VDDQDDR. Amazing to say. For these, we need as many as there are pins here, which is, let me tell you, this many. 2, 3, 4. 16, holy crap. Damn it. I was not able to select yet again. Oh, and I'm not able to select still. There we go. What did I say? 16? I forgot. Oh. Let me check the schematic. Deep da do. What is that? Was my tapping the deep da do, or did I say something without thinking, which happens all the time? So the documentation actually says VDDQDDR. Oh, was that the deep da do? It says it should have 7, but here it says it should have n, which I would assume is as many as the pins. But now I'm not sure anymore. I mean, I can add that many and then remove, because like if they are really close to each other, you don't need all of them, to be honest. And I've seen people actually run STM microcontrollers without any caps, and it works. Or like my first boards way back were at Mega Stuff, and I didn't know about decoupling because I was just self-taught, so I didn't put any caps in. It still worked. But I would think for this chip it matters a bit. So you need some. So how many is enough? $16, and then the docs 37. So obviously what you do is you take the average and you put 11.5. Good luck with that. In case anyone is wondering, this nice thing over here is called Launchie. It's this ancient software that no 90s trash techno will take that as a compliment. Yeah, Launchie is this pretty nice tool for Windows that I can press Alt and space together and it pops up, takes the focus, and I can start stuff. Like it creates a database of pretty much whatever you tell it to. Like it does have all the files, or maybe you want just shortcuts, or so it has all the shortcuts from the start menu, and then I added a few more program files where it scans for, well, all the files. So it's really nice to actually start stuff. And then it has this calculator plugin, so I really like it for quick calculations. Like it's super fast. I could actually Google also from this, but then don't use it for that. I recommend this. I've been using it for like 10 years at least, forever. So yeah, that was something. That was launchy. Damn it, now I don't know how many to put. Who should you listen to? Or maybe you just check the reference from STM. The problem with that is that the way they put caps in the air, not really connected to actual pins, which, as I explained in one of the streams, the reason I do my connected, because it's so much easier to actually track where they should be connected. There it is. See, so, or actually that's not where they are, because that was the RAM chip, but I mean on the STM's parts, maybe it was actually up there. Again, talking and doing is a bit more difficult. But that's chip, because they have fewer, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's fewer than they actually have here. So I think 7 might be enough, unless proven otherwise. Let's see how much space we have later at the PCB level. I can always add more. There. Yes. So let's add 7, 1. That's 3. Another 3, and then 1 more. And again, I am slightly worried about routing all this because I want to put all the components on one side of the board, and that is really hard with all these caps. I mean, let's do an experiment. If I annotate them, so far we have okay, these are not sorted, so we actually let's do this. That will take it a second. What was I saying? Right, so usually how you do it is you put the caps on the other side of the board under the chip, so they are super easy to, well, they are easier to route because they are directly under the pins that this is still loading. They are under the pins, so it's easier to connect, but since I'm not gonna have the pins around, like similar, I can actually show to the SAM, and that was actually I was lucky doing that one because Microchip released this module with this chip where, since it's a module, it's only on the one side. What the heck? Where are my traces? Oh, right, I don't have the finished thing on this PC. Doesn't matter. Still, the thing is that it's all on one side. So Microchip has a module, and as a module, it's obviously supposed to be mounted on another board. So that means there's nothing on the other side. So I was able to partially copy the way they placed all their caps, because again, like someone smart did it, why not like do what they did? So here, yeah, you can see, holy crap, so many, and they go to like, what is it, 80? So there's at least 80 capacitors on this whole board. There's a C100, so there's at least 100 of them, 104. Yeah, so you end up with triple digit amount of capacitors, and that's a lot of them capacitors. So here, so far, and we are not that far, we have 54. So that's gonna be fun. And we were here. So now I'm curious for the DDR VREF. Is that somewhere here? Or that was here, and we already did. All right, so this means we are done with this funky decoupling over here. I say funky because of this. This is actually unusual for how I do it. Cool. So perfect. There we go. So this is done. Famous last words. So going like clockwise here, we did that one. Then on VDD core again, N. That's not super fun, because what is N? Let me just, oh. Also, where is it? There, it's VDD core. Oh wow, we already crossed 2 hours. That is fast. So it's already 9. Okay, let's go for like 20 minutes more and then close it at 2 hours, 30 minutes. Because I'm getting hungry. Yes. Right, the VDD core. There should be N capacitors on it. And again, I can check this document here, which I really like having in paper. And that was page, yes, 16. VDD core should have 15 capacitors. God damn. So for sanity check, I mean, there should be one for each pin. So how many pins are there? 2, 3, 4. 25. So let's go with 15, just because it's less than 20. Let's move this here. Well, these are actually transparent, interesting. This symbol will grow a lot, even though this, I can actually shrink it a bit already. Or maybe just move it out of the way. Then everything is ruined here. And then we're back to being fixed. Oof. What we do is we do this. We don't need this much space, but just for, you know, reference. There's another way I sometimes do it, and I can again go back here, is actually go to the side instead of going up. But then you get very, very wide schematic, and that's not so, I mean, there's no good, like here, look at this. I'm not sure if that's better than going up. This might take more space than doing it like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 15 actually as well. So I think if I put them, if I did put them like this, it would be it would take less space, like similar like I did here. This was actually quite nice because of the ferrite beads here, some inductors, which I actually used a different symbol for. All right, and they're all one UF. That's actually really, that's nice, because if, I'm jumping a lot. If you see here, these are actually all 0.1, but here it was a mix, 0.1 and 1, and then 2.2. This is quite nice. And 2, and 4, and 8, and math don't fail me now, 15. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for this kind of decoupling now, because this is so much less space than going to the side. Well, that's cool. You learn, with each project you learn something new, which is kind of the point of these projects anyway. Yep. There. And now all right, takes care of that. I was here. And the reset core, which I think we already did. It was in the system. Perfect. Then reset goes to the PMake, which we did, and then it has some decoupling. Or it's not, that's not a decoupling, that's a different capacitor kind, which I'm actually not sure is really needed, but looks funny. Sure, let's do that. It is what I'm worried about. Like, as they get larger, it's also there. Like, I couldn't have predicted this when I didn't have the annotations because it's so much shorter. 10 nano, 10 nano it is. There you go. Perfect. I think that's readable. Then power on, I think we already did, or maybe not actually. Wasn't that here? Perfect. Oh, that is connected. Whoa, where are you going? There. Full power on, then we have the wake up, which should go to PA0, which I think I already did, but since we're doing this whole thing, let's keep going. PA0. Right, interrupt, perfect. Then the wake up the other way, because, yeah, if I understand this correctly, this is only useful if battery backup is there, because you could put the chip to sleep, and that will also probably disable some of the power sources on the PMake to also lower the power consumption. So that's why you need the pin going back when the RTC, like if you set an alarm, let's say, go to sleep for a minute, like a deep sleep, then the RTC will keep ticking, and after a minute it will wake up the system, which also then sends a wake up signal to the PMIC, which then actually re-enables all the power supplies. So since our device is gonna run off of battery, we definitely will put this. And I think I already did this, but let's double check. PC13, I did not. Wrong. So make wake up. Oh, that's too far. Oh, look at that! I already did. I mean, up to a point. Oh, that's strange. I thought that would actually highlight both of them. Did I misspell it? Apparently, because it's PMIC Wakup. There it is. And now it will probably highlight both. Yep. So that's good, I checked that. Because that would have, yeah, if I didn't notice, then we wouldn't be able to have this wake up back. That's a bit annoying. Then we have the I2C, which I already connected. We can verify. There it is. And although actually I would not have missed this misspelling issue, because if I run ERC later, it will tell me that this net has only one pin on it. And I mean, you want your nets to be two things because they're connect things. So I would have called it later, but this is good too. Then the grounds, which we already connected all of them together, correct? PLL, ANA, regular, wait, oh, that's VDD. There's VDD PLA2 probably somewhere, but, or VSS, sorry, my bad. Then VDD, which we already know here, so it's N, and that's gonna be bottom, because these four combined is probably like 20 pins. $11, and that's all ones. So that's 14 right there. And again, I will check the document. There it is. So VDD should have range. It only says 4, and then VDD ANA should have 1, so that's 5, and PLL 1 each, so that's 2, so that's 7. That's so little. But I mean, who am I to argue? The fewer the better. And they're all 1 UF. So nice. And this allows us to bring this unit. Nope, that was correct. Now I can select, no. So this selection bug is very selective, like it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe it's only if I move something or like very specific, I perform some very specific action. Right. Thinking if I could move it to the other side so it's more balanced, as all things should be, but it's all right. So I'll check on that later. Then PDR on and PDR core are just connected to VDD. Power. They actually should be here. Wow, this symbol will be like one-sided. I moved all of this on this side. That would make it nice. These are the dilemmas. Yeah, here I actually drew it so the grounds connected, to these VDDs are opposing them, but it doesn't really matter. Although it would make it smaller, so maybe I do that. So it looks like these two I just moved there. And move it. Move that there. Perfect, no problem. Yep, all good. Nice, so I finished this and I think maybe I will check on the LP and then we're done. I think this has been, like, it was a bit slow in the beginning. I couldn't find my focus, but we got there. Yeah, let's do it like that just because it looks cool. There's no real function for it since they are all connected together anyway, but just because it looks cool. Now what the heck do I do with these two? That's right. Oh no, my ground symbol. Nice. Yeah, that looks actually better. This is kind of random in the middle, but doesn't matter. Yep. So power LP, what the heck was that? I know it was not mentioned in the data sheet, at least the short data sheet, because I think I looked for it and I couldn't really find a good explanation. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's not really useful. So before we go into these guys, let's check it here. I'm guessing LP stands for low power, and that's some specific. Right. And that's for the discrete, which is not how we do it. In conclusion, I still have no idea. Was it actually here? No. Is it NC? Is it? What is it? Okay. So we fall back to this. How did they do it? Yep, it's NC. It's just a test pad. Solder bridge. Right. Cool, that makes it easy. There it is. Yeah, cool. So it looks like total chaos, but it will get cleaner as we go. I think we got quite a lot done today, like kind of random places. Like I got the crystals here done. Connected the JTAG stuff, USB. I realized I am confused, so that's good. That's always good to know. So I will read up on that and we can decide. I am done mostly with this power, at least this STM power stuff here. And added the decoupling. I added the decoupling as well in RAM. So this should be done now. Yeah, the DSI stuff. I need to design quite a few symbols for random, like EMI chips and such. PMake, right? Need to finish this, but that's related to the exactly looking into VBus. Right, yeah. Because the VBus will be coming from either USB or battery, but if I put the circuit I mentioned before, then it shouldn't be a problem. It won't be VBus, it will be actually like system power. Regardless if there's a battery or a charger, it will just work. So that's cool. So yep, we know what to do next. And we know what we did today. Good stuff. If we run ERC, it will explode, right? We need annotations. That is the wrong button. How long now? How many caps do we have now? Doesn't matter so much. 200 errors, mostly not connected. We could actually get rid of those, and I can actually do this because we will need them in the end anyway, so why not do it now, and then later if I need to use the pins I will just remove them. It's always a good practice to do all these NCs. But right, there's one, well, there's like so many more things, but one of the things is that I haven't decided again is if I want to put an FPGA on this board, because now I saw the Quad SPI stuff, and that reminded me that one of the options for the FPGA is to connect that as Quad SPI, so it's memory mapped. So yeah, need to decide it at some point, but I can do that last, so that shouldn't be a problem. Although that board will get a lot more complex if there's an FPGA on it. So that's a bit sucky. Look, we lost like 130 errors. But yeah, there's stuff like right. I think this is miscategorized because this is actually a power output. It looks like we can do is here, because at least in this drawing it didn't look like these two are connected to anything else except each other. So they are not. So one of them has to be like an output, and exactly. So we provide power through the VDD DSI, and then there's a LDO, or a regulator, and it spews out 1.2 volt. So that's an out, and then we connect it back, because we could have a separate, like our own dedicated 1.2 volt thing, but we don't. So why not just use the one that's already there? That should remove one more error. Or right, that's the wrong board. Oh, how I wish it was 4. Yep, that took care of one. But there will be more. Right, exactly. Like there are power flags missing everywhere, aren't they? Because I didn't add any power flags. But I won't for now, because we are not done with the power stuff, and that will just confuse the ERC anyway. They're not connected, right? All of these need to be on headers, and these like the I2Cs that I want to have as headers on board need to actually be connected to a header. So there's a lot left to be done. Let me just here, and we are done. Cool. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening and watching, and see you next time. So have a nice weekend and such. Bye bye.